Here we are at the Johnson Space Center, ready to go with our competition, and the first event will be the Capital One Aerial Assault. And right now, let's go down to the third and very valuable member of our team, Jason Garrett, with our first competitor.
Casey Clausen, you have 6 throws, 4 moving targets. What's your strategy?
Just come out and just try to hit as many targets as I can, maybe a couple bullseyes, and rack up some points for our team.
Good luck. Back to you, Dick.
All right, and here is Casey Clausen, a rangy quarterback out of the University of Tennessee, a native of Northridge, California, Bill. And, obviously Tennessee has produced some great QBs.
You know, theoretically, he introduced himself as the quarterback of Tennessee. That's not the case anymore.
That's true.
He's going to be on an NFL roster come next fall.
Now, if you hit right in the number, you get that total. But if you don't and just hit the board, you get 10. And Clausen with 20 points thus far, and now 30. With 30.
Is that one moving or no?
That's a stagnant target. Ooh. Oh, and he's short with it.
Held with it.
Here's Roy Williams, who's going to be his partner.
That's 60 points.
I got 2 with this one?
Yeah, you got 2.
60! Let him throw. Can he go back and throw it again?
I tell you, he got that 60. It's pretty good.
60.
Yeah. And he'll get 10 out of it, so that 60 is really going to count. He's going to get
he got 100.
Pretty good number there, and a total of 100 to set the pace. Casey Clausen, there's only quarterbacks compete in this first event, the Capital One Aerial Assault. We'll see the receivers and backs later on.
Well, you notice the target he nailed. That was the one that wasn't moving.
But he hit it. You know, how many times have you missed a wide receiver who's all alone, as you see some of the other competitors? So Casey Clausen with an even 100 points. Right now, let's take a look at the rules for the Capital One Aerial Assault.
Well, you have 6 balls going to be thrown, and one of them, on the first ball, is going to be worth 20 points. That's a 10-yard throw. And you're going to have 2 at a 20-yard throw, and if you hit the bullseye there, it's 40 points. You have 2 at the 30-yard throw and 1 at the 40-yard throw.
All right, and the next contestant is Jeff Smoker from Michigan State, a native of Manheim, Pennsylvania, who led the Big Ten in passing, 261 yards per game. 100 points is the score to beat, established by Casey Clausen.
This kid's pretty interesting to me.
Second.
Ranks 5th all-time on the Big Ten passing chart.
Give him the 40, that's 50.
Pretty accurate as he hits the 40 right on the money, and here he does it again. Another 40 for Jeff Smoker. Stagnant target for 16. He came up empty, but he's ahead of the game right now, Bill.
Next throw. That's 10.
He's going to get 10.
He's got 100 points. Just needs to hit the board. That's it. Take
40 yards is a lot longer than it looks.
Yes, it is. He has tied Casey Clausen.
He got it. He got it.
And Casey Clausen now with 10 points moves into second place as Jeff Smoker and his team. Remember, all quarterbacks working the first event.
He drills the 40 right here. That's the one he hit the 40 dead on. That's a heck of a throw on the moving target. You know, he's an interesting guy. He missed part of his junior year, some little off-field problems, but he came back to be the MVP of the team, voted by the coaches.
It is chilly and wet as Jared Lorenzen from the University of Kentucky, our third competitor. He's huge, Bill.
He's the John Daly of quarterbacks, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's bigger than you are, and you were a defensive lineman, and he's a southpaw. You hit the number, you get what it is. He only gets 10 on the first throw.
His nickname's J-Lo. That's what he likes to be called. You know that?
I don't believe that.
No, J-Lo.
Yeah, not J-Lo, but J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Okay. Oh, missed that completely. Jared Lorenzen
owns all of Kentucky's, almost every Kentucky.
And, you know, they say he's pretty mobile.
Ooh, drilled to 60.
Pretty mobile for a guy who has size like that. He had to master 3 different offenses in 4 years because he had so many coaching changes. And here he is. Can he hit the 80? Nobody gets 10 out of it.
He's the first person to hit it.
Yep. So
Try to go for it too bad.
Oh,
well.
Did a good job, did Jared Lorenzen and his teammate.
Look at the big fella. The hefty lefty. Drills at 60. Scored pretty good.
Yes, he did. And he's got good company.
Yeah,
so
right.
the total is 90, and right now that puts Jared Lorenzen. And his teammate is Reggie Williams of Washington in third place. Jeff Smoker still is in the lead. And his teammate Chris Perry from the University of Michigan. Coming up next, Rod Rutherford from Pitt.
Boy, this guy had an electrifying year, Dick. All first team, all Big East. And when you're playing with a receiver like Larry Fitzgerald, life can sure be fun when you're a QB.
Absolutely. And Rod Rutherford, who grew up in Pittsburgh, played in the City League, tough league in the city of Pittsburgh, and attended college there, gets 10 on his first toss. Remember, the score to beat is 110, established by Jeff Smoker of Michigan State.
10 more, you got 20.
So we have two southpaws, Jared Lorenzen and Rod Rutherford of the four quarterbacks. First time we've ever had that. Aaron on the stagnant 60.
I don't think he's been warmed up.
40 yards out.
No, and he overthrows the 80 way downfield. So Rod Rutherford getting off to the slow start, so to speak, with 20 points. And our leader is Jeff Smoker from Michigan State, who's with Jason Garrett.
Smoke, great start. 110 points in the first one. Tell me how you feel.
I feel pretty good. I was just trying to keep my arm warm. It's a little cold out here, but, you know, I pride myself in my accuracy, so I knew I had a good shot at this one.
Cold out here. The conditions are wet, a little wind. Pretty good performance. Back to you, Dick.